Hey, hello, I'm JulieJo. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. If you're not new here, welcome back. Today we're going to be watching a video over someone who is, I don't know if she's a top leader or not, I'm not really sure to be honest, but I think she might be, and she's an Isogenics, and she's talking about network marketing and Isogenics. So Isogenics is a multi-level marketing company that I have not covered much of, maybe like 1 or 2 videos max out of the like over 500 that I have, but it is just simply another MLM company. It reminds me of Plexus and Arbonne. It's like a health and wellness-ish company. No, it definitely is a health and wellness company. Don't forget that you can support the channel for free by simply subscribing. You can hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, you can hit the thumbs up. Let's get started.
It's the night that we're gonna fall in love. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about your soft skin. Cause we're still sleeping in my head. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about your soft skin. Cause we're still sleeping in my head.
All right, let's watch.
Hello, we're live. Let me get all set up with something to hold my phone. I am super excited, you guys, to be going live with a bunch of different experts and amazing people this week. And today we're starting off with my sister, best friend, business partner, one of the most amazing people I know, who I chose to build a team with, build a business with in 2020. And want her to come on here and share her story, share who she is. We've gone live many times before, and we'll do it many times again in the future. Hi, Naftika.
Hello.
Okay, I need to put my phone up higher. I just didn't get organized before this, so just bear with me.
You're good.
Okay, here we go. I'm using a box. I wish I was fancy like you. You look set up with the perfect lighting. I mean, amazing. You are put together. I am impressed.
Fake giggles and smiles, they bother me so bad. I'm sitting here watching the girl on the bottom going, is it that funny? Is it that like hee hee ha ha? It's really not. It's all good. I try.
I feel like that's perfect. Okay, I'm super excited to go live today. Hi, Robin. Yeah, I'm excited to go live and to hear about specifically what you're up to now, because Naftika, you have really made a huge transformation the past year. I've seen you get flown by Isogenics, the company we're partnered with. I've seen you get flown all over the world to train people from Start Your Life, and you're speaking on stages. Every single event I see you speaking, and from where we started in 2020 to where you are now, it's like such a journey. But I don't want to get into too much of that, but I do want you to share about what Start Your Life is for you, why it made you say yes to Isogenics 8 years ago, and kind of talk to me about that journey.
I'm so excited to be here. When you asked me to come on, I was like, yes, of course. I love just chatting about this and really being open and raw and real about my experience. And Start Your Life to me is a community of young people. Age doesn't really matter. I think it's just young at heart, or what your energy is, who want more for their lives. I was introduced to the community, like you said, 8 years ago. I didn't know that you could travel the world and make money and make your own.
All right. Okay, let's look at the Isogenics income disclosure statement, because they're being really dull right now. Let's start off with the truth. It says Isogenics business is based on product sales. There's no income earned from the mere act of sponsoring or recruiting others, but there is income earned from people selling below you, your downline. Active and inactive was $892 before expenses. So that was annually. The average of all Isogenics associates was $892 before expenses. So that doesn't include anything that you purchase or any taxes or anything. So likely not profiting. The average earnings of all US associates who earned money from Isogenics in the year 2022 was $3,994 before expenses. And then here's what earnings of these associates look like broken down by top 1, top 10, and top 50. So they won't even show us anything below the top 50%. And the top 50% earned, the median is the most accurate, so I'm going to use that. The top 50% earned $1,254 annually. The top 10% earned $8,800 annually. The top 1% earned $109,800 annually. That is quite the jump. From top 10 to top 1, Oh my gosh, that's like $100,000. But anyway, so they won't even show us the bottom 50%. But if we look at the top 50% and the median is $1,200, I think we all know the answer to why they don't show us. All right, let's keep listening.
And make your own hours and be in the health industry. Like, I had no idea that was even possible. And I started seeing young people that were just like me do that. Like, they would be in the wellness space, traveling, helping other people, building their own businesses. And at first I was really, really skeptical. So anyone who's watching this, who's like, I don't.
Every single person who's telling their MLM story in an MLM was like, I was so skeptical. I was like, now I don't want to be a part of one of those pyramid schemes. And then I learned about it and I was like, oh my gosh, it's not that. And then look where I am today. Well, hi, I was that person and look where I am today.
Understand, like, that doesn't even make sense. How is that possible? How does that even work? That was me. And I was like, I don't get it. And so I'm skeptical, but I always used to think, like, if it is real, am I going to be kicking myself if I don't take action and move forward to kind of check this out, get more information and really see what it's all about? So for me, it's like, here's
how you know you won't be kicking yourself. There's a reason there's an income disclosure statement. Look at it. And if they don't have one, run.
Living inside of a box, living outside of the box, going against the grain, going against the status quo. And again, if you're somebody that you're like, no, I don't want to do that, then that's totally fine. But if you are someone who knows that there's more for you in your life and knows that, you know, you're destined for something different, then could be for you.
Okay. So I want to talk more about that because 8 years ago, Nafsika, it was like weird to be traveling. Like, that was unusual to be traveling and doing all these things, right? You were in school, you were studying to be a some kind of doctor, some kind of brain thing. Anyways, you were in school, you were following the path you were supposed to be following, and nobody was doing that. Nobody was traveling, but that's different than today.
True.
Everybody seems to be traveling. Everybody seems to be an entrepreneur. Everybody seems to have their own business. So I want to know, because I get why you said yes.
Maybe everybody in your world. That is such a weird statement. Everybody seems to be traveling. I mean, I get the idea that there's a lot more traveling being done. I mean, COVID in general really made people start working from home a lot more frequently, or being able to work from other places a lot more frequently. But that's just, I don't know, it's just an odd statement to make. Very, like I said, with MLM language, very sensationalized.
And what excited you 8 years ago, because it was unusual, it was different, it was exotic. It was like, whoa, is this real? But nowadays, I feel like we have a whole new conversation happening where it's like, there's so many options if we want to build our own business, build our own brand, work for ourselves. So why is Start Your Life and Isogenics like now? Why would, like, if somebody's considering all the options, right? Why would you tell them to choose this?
Love this question. And this is a question that I think about all of the time, you guys, because it's not just something that I'm like, okay, yeah, like, I've been doing this for 8 years, so I'm going to continue to do it just because I've been here for 8 years. I'm always like, is this the best thing for me? Is this the best thing that's out there? I'm always researching, always looking to educate myself. And I love that someone commented, love to travel and work remote. For sure. And there's a difference between working remotely and having a job that you can do anywhere and having a career and a business that pays you no matter where you are, if you're working or not, because you built it once and you continue to get paid on it over and over again. So, you know, there's so many jobs now since COVID and the pandemic where you can work remotely, you can work from the beach, you can do this, you can do that, but you have to put your hours in. You have to have your laptop, you have to have your phone, you have to actively be doing that.
It's interesting that she's making that point, because in that point, there's an underlying thing that she's not saying, which is also what you actually want to do is get paid while not working. You want to make money that you don't deserve to make. And part of that, well, not part, all of it really, is pretty much her saying, build a downline. How in MLMs do you make more money without having to put in effort, without having to work? You build a downline. That's how. And so that's her point with saying that.
Love about network marketing, what I love about what we do with Start Your Life is we actually build something that's team-based. So we're creating leverage income, and it's also recurring. So we can work really, really hard for something and then continue to get paid on it over and over again. And I don't know. I love this. Kyle saying that he got paid before he even woke up this morning. Like, yeah, he's getting paid while he's sleeping because he built something. He enrolled customers. He enrolled business partners that continue to work whether or not he's actually working, aka he's sleeping. And
Okay, well, then she did. She did say it. It just took her a whole second. It's funny though, because that's my point. That's the problem. That's the problem. And the other problem on this whole aspect of working without working and getting paid, or getting paid without working, however you want to look at it, is the people who you're getting paid from are working, but they're not getting paid what they deserve. That's my issue with this business model.
It's happening. And so I think, I mean, I've done so much research and looked at other things and other opportunities to make money where it's like, are you the most important person? Do you actively have to work for your income? Or are you able to build a team or build something that's scalable? And
could you imagine being someone who goes, do you actively have to work for your income? You shouldn't. Would it be nice to not have to work and just have income? Sure, but like, that's not how this works. I think it's odd to have this idea of someone who is capable to put in effort and to work. There are people who are not able, people who are disabled, who are unable to actually work for several different reasons. Someone who is able-bodied, who can put in work, and who's like, I would rather just other people work and me just get paid from their work. That is what drives me fucking nuts about these people. Girl, do you hear what you're saying? And then when we go, that's wrong, you're like, you're a hater. It's not wrong. You're just a hater. Actually, no, I'm not. I've just had a discourse with myself just then, but that's how the conversation goes most of the time.
create something that then over and over again pays you. I mean, once you have a taste of that, there's no going back. There's no way that you can just exchange time for money anymore because you see what else is available and other ways to be able to earn, which are absolutely life-changing.
Yeah. I think a lot of people hear about network marketing and they understand, like a lot of people market and talk about passive income, right? Build it once and get paid over and over and over again. But we don't often talk about the power of what Kyle's referring to, what you're kind of alluding to is the leverage and the team. Yeah. I don't know about other network marketing companies. I know a little bit about, a handful of different compensation plans. I know that we have an incredible one, but I forget, since this is my only experience in the industry, I forget that most people don't have the same kind of conversations we have. So we don't need to get too much into other compensation plans, but I do want to talk about leverage and how our company is not an MLM. It doesn't have levels, and how we truly can build as a team.
Excuse me. Did she just say, hold on, rewind.
Into other compensation plans, but I do want to talk about leverage and how our company is not an MLM. It doesn't have levels, and how we truly can build as a team.
No, Julie, put it away. Network marketing is MLM. That lady is single-handedly ruining my day. We're not an MLM. We don't have levels. Okay, this is literally their conference. Look at these levels, baby. Look at these levels. I don't know how this cannot be levels. I am flabbergasted that someone would say they're network marketing, but not an MLM. But then I'm also not surprised because they do that all the time. But the fact that she just straight out says it, I know that she knows that they are. If you have to say we're not an MLM, we don't have levels, and then your compensation plan looks like this, what the hell am I supposed to think? This is a perfect example of deception that MLMs, which is what Isogenics is, likes to push. Isogenics is a multi-level marketing company. Network marketing is multi-level marketing. Social selling is multi-level marketing. Now, they also try to use words like affiliate marketing, which is not multi-level marketing. It's just a big bag of bullshit, is what it is. She has so little respect for you that she's lying straight to your face. And she doesn't even care. And then the lady below in the yellow and white, she's agreeing. So she's just as bad as the lady above in the pink. It's hard for me to sit here and not get aggravated and irritated when they think that they can just continue lying about. This is why I do what I do. People like her drive me up the wall. and it bugs me, but it makes my job easier. I know they'll do it, and I know that she's going to continue to, and I know that they're going to continue to be deceptive. That's how MLMs thrive, is through deception.
And support, we've talked a lot about that this week with our calls coming up. So can you explain like the team-based compensation plan, that part of it?
Yeah, absolutely. So here's the thing. There's a lot of opportunities out there, whether it's with a network marketing company or whether it's like a job or whatever it is, right? Where they say that you're going to work as a team. But it's not actually true. It's more mentorship based, where you have a leader, you have a mentor, maybe you have somebody that's guiding you and pouring into you, but they're not actively helping you build your business. And with Isogenics, we actually actively help each other build our business, which means that when I enroll a customer or when I enroll a business partner, I'm helping my team because that person is actually now a part of your team or a part of Kara's team or Kyle's team or whoever else is on our team. That's really one of the ways that we build with creating leverage, where it's not just about the team that you build or that I build, it's the team that we build together.
Okay, shush, shh. Because you don't know what a team is. If you're part of a team, you have to put in your work, your effort. There's not someone at the top of the team who, if we win the game, they're the only ones that win the game. So let's say there's a team captain. Okay, team captain. If the team wins the game, it's not just the captain that's getting a trophy. Everyone's getting the trophy because everyone put in effort. In MLM, the team captain wins and they get the trophy. Nobody else gets trophy, but they're like, good job, team captain. We put in a lot of the work too. We all worked, but you did it. You got the trophy.
So it's really the idea of like working smarter, not harder, and truly compounding our hours, because most people that do this, one, don't ever want to be full-time. They just want a side hustle. They want to make some extra money. Two, everybody is doing this part-time when they start. Like when I first started, I was working a full-time job. I was in sales. I was super busy. I couldn't I didn't have a job where I could just like half-ass it and then do my side hustle. I had to go full in on my job. And then a couple hours here and there throughout the week, I would also be working on my business. And the cool part was, every time my team grew, if I had 5 people on my team and we each worked for 1 hour a day, that I actually was getting paid off of 5 hours worth of work because we were all doing it together. And
were they getting paid off of 5 hours of work? No, they weren't. Also, no, you weren't either. You were getting paid off of their sales when they made sales. Were they getting paid off of an hour's work? No, they were getting paid when someone purchases a product. So all in all, that entire statement is BS.
We were all actually financially connected together to create something. And once you understand that, it took me years to wrap my brain around this way to make money. Even when I was in network marketing, I still didn't understand how I was earning money because it's so different than what we know. And even though you're saying, yeah, there's so many different opportunities now to work remotely and do this and do that, and at the same time, I think a lot of times we still don't understand how we earn money or how there's different ways to earn money. And as you start learning different ways to earn money, Rich Dad, Poor Dad was one of the books that really opened my mind to that, by Robert Kiyosaki. You can't, like I said before, you can't go backwards. You can't unsee it. You become emotionally unemployable is what I call it, because you don't want to work for someone else because you actually see what's available out there in what you're able to create financially.
Yeah. I love talking about the leverage part because I just don't feel like we talk about it enough. I don't feel like it's explained enough. I was just talking to a woman who joined my team maybe a year ago, maybe a little bit, somewhere around a year ago. And I texted her yesterday or the day before, and I was like, hey, you have 800 customers in your downline, 800 people. And because we don't have levels with Isogenics, she has access to 800 people. Whoever's still ordering, we have, you could have access to those customers. Imagine opening up a business and you already have 800 customers. It's like buying a business that already has, a name, a franchise. And she's like, what are you talking about? And I feel like we don't even explain this enough, really how valuable this is. But I mean, I personally have over 3,000 customers, and I did not bring in 3,000 people. You have probably 4 or 5 at this point. How many customers do you have?
Over 5,000.
over 5,000 people in your downline. And because Isogenics does not build multiple teams, it's not like an MLM, it's not like, and just
The compensation plan shows left sales team and right sales team and the different levels. That is what the compensation plan is showing. So what are you doing? Stop talking. If you can only speak lies, then maybe close it, shut it, zip it.
just to explain for you, those of you who don't know what an MLM is, that's multi-level marketing where you have to build a certain amount of teams wide and depth, okay? Which means that you're cut off after a certain...
So you also don't know what the hell multi-level marketing is either, apparently. It is literally just multi-levels of marketing. It's not talking about width. It's talking about depth. I swear.
amount of levels. Some companies it's 3 levels, some it's 12, and then you'd have to build 12 teams, which means those teams that you're building, you're not sharing any of those people. They're all kind of competing teams, right? But because we have a binary compensation plan, we share every single
You are not the only MLM who has a binary compensation plan. It's just so wild.
customer. So Nofsiga's saying anyone she brings in for the products of the business, because we share both opportunities. That's what we do. So we share a product that's amazing and we share a business that's incredible. Okay, but anybody she brings in, we share those people and we work together.
That's odd because doesn't she have over 5,000 customers, but you have like 3,000? So why don't you have over 5,000?
As a team, which is really valuable, because as life kind of goes up and down and we get busy and we do different things, we have other maybe seasons of our life where we're all in on this, or seasons where we need to take a break, or like you're sick, recently, but you had a team that was there to support you. And it's just like you're saying, it's not like, I don't feel like we talk about this enough and celebrate it enough and explain what it means enough. So I get really excited about talking about that.
Yeah. So good.
Okay, wait, I just lost my train of thought. I was going to ask you a question. Not
I
about...
know, then I interrupted you.
No, that's okay. It'll come back to me. I do want to talk about what the training that you did in Australia, or no, you went to Bali.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to explain to everyone what you did, why you were invited, what it was, and then what people need to hear that those people needed to hear. Like, I want you to kind of give some raw and real, because even if you're not in network marketing, you're not in Isogenics. Oh, first let's talk about this. Okay, remembered my thought. Okay, network marketing is very misunderstood.
It's really not. It really isn't, though. It's misunderstood because you want it to be something that it's not. You think it's misunderstood because people say what it is, and you're like, that's not what it is. But that's what it is. You just don't know what it is. Or you choose to ignore what it actually is, just so it can fit your narrative better.
Yes.
Very misunderstood. I feel like I'm constantly kind of educating people and teaching people what it is. And it's like, I feel like people have no idea. Can you speak into that? Like, why is it so misunderstood? And if you were to explain what it is to people, what would you say?
This makes me so happy. Okay, so one, why is it misunderstood? In my opinion, I think because anyone can get into the industry, like, that makes it really difficult, because you have people that don't take it professionally, and they burn a lot of bridges, or they do it messy, they do it unprofessionally. That gives the entire industry a bad rep. And
wouldn't you say that lying about the industry and deceiving people into thinking it's something else when it's not is giving it a bad rap? Bad rep? Bad rap. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think that would give it a bad rap, but whatever. Don't forget to leave your commentary below about their thoughts.
Personally, I wish there was some kind of qualification or some kind of training program or certificate or degree or whatever that you had to get in order to join network marketing. So at least there was some level of like understanding or education around it. Because imagine like having a real estate agent that's going to sell you a house, and they don't know anything about selling houses. They don't know anything about the paperwork. They don't know anything about the market, right? They're just like, I want to make money, and so I'm going to sell you this home, and you have a horrible experience. And then people decide, I never want to buy a house again. I never want to work with a real estate agent because that was the worst experience of my life. And like, screw the real estate industry because
okay, that's a false equivalence fallacy. That doesn't work here. They're not equal in the way that you can compare the two the way that you're doing it. Also, there's not just one reason that people stopped using MLM products or MLM is quickly declining. Some of the time I listen to them, I'm like, you think that's a strong point? You really want to go with that? All right.
It's shady, it's bad, they're trying to take advantage of you, it's unprofessional, right? But it's not the industry, it's that one person that wasn't qualified or understanding it themselves that jumped in and gave you a bad experience. Very similar with network marketing.
What you're saying is top leaders can't give bad experiences. They can't. They know the industry. They know what they're doing. All right.
People, again, not talking poorly on anyone, but just like that's the experience I think a lot of people can have. And so then it gives them a bad taste in their mouth or a bad rap around what it is. Secondly, I think people don't, like we said earlier, it's such a different way to earn money and it's such a different way to bring a product to market that people a lot of times don't like what they don't understand. And our brains, me going a little neuroscience right now, our brains are wired to be safe. Our brains are wired to protect us. Our brains are wired for comfortability.
They're also wired, like you said, to protect us. If there's a red flag, people who don't have rose-colored glasses on aren't going to approach it if they have proper common sense, or if they weren't deceived into thinking it was a green flag.
So if we're being exposed to a product or a way to sell a product or a way to earn money or a way to build a team that isn't something that we know, and we don't take the time to educate ourselves or learn about it or ask questions or get curious, our brain is going to be like this. No, that's not safe. I don't know what that is. I want to protect myself.
Yeah.
I'm not interested, and kind of, turn a blind eye and go the other way. So I think that's another reason why it's just kind of misunderstood, because people are not learning about it. But really, you and I.
Yeah, they are. Hello. Hey. And I'm like a smaller channel too. So yeah, they are. They're just not learning it in the way that you want them to.
I know we just talked about this recently. If I was to explain network marketing to answer the second half of your question, really all we're doing here is two things, and you alluded to them already, but we recommend a product that we love, right? So people and this is so normal as human beings, but we get a little weird about it when there's money attached or when it's a business or whatever, right? But if you guys who are watching, think about the times where you've been like, oh my gosh, I love this phone case. Someone says, oh, I love your phone case. Oh, I got it from Amazon. How many times do we do that? I like your sweater. Oh, it's from Rent the Runway, or it's from Target, or it's from wherever. It's so easy for us to say where something is from or recommend something, or be like, okay, I just tried this new mascara, Simone. You need it. Makes my lashes really long. It makes them really curly. We naturally do that as human beings, and that's literally all network marketing is
Girl, shh. No, it's not. Did you get to the top by simply saying, you should try this product? No, you didn't. You built a team below you and your team got you to the top.
With Isogenics specifically, we're recommending wellness products and beauty products that we love, that we use, that we become obsessed with. That's part of what it is that we do. That's it. It's literally that simple. And the company pays us instead of advertising, instead of paying celebrities, instead of paying to put it on Amazon or paying to put it on shelves, the company is paying us instead. Also, what we do, if we decide that we want to do this, it's not necessary, but it's something that you can do, is build a team of other people that are also looking to earn income as a side hustle, as supplement income, as replacement income, whatever that is for the person. We're building a team of people that also are obsessed with the products. They're recommending the products. And then they're also recommending, hey, you can earn money by recommending and referring these products. That's the most simple, quick definition I can give you.
So good. Another thing that I want to piggyback is I think also at the beginning when people are like, okay, I have this incredible experience. I love these products. They're amazing. And then we're like, great, you can get paid by sharing them. I think then people will go to start sharing them, but they get maybe a little nervous and their energy because they've never done it. And they're like, wait, I've never shared something with someone and actually been rewarded and been paid for it. And so it can make people a little awkward and nervous and a little weird. And when you're a little awkward, nervous, and weird, have you ever been asked out on a date by a guy and he's a little awkward and nervous,
right?
And he's sweating, and it's kind of just you're like, what does this guy want? It's the same thing that I think, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. I think that's a part of it though, is that people don't know how to talk about it in the way that's like comfortable and normal.
Hi, I'm an affiliate marketer with Liquid IV. I really like Liquid IV, so I became an affiliate marketer with them. I make a small commission when you use my code or when you click my link to get 20% off. It's very simple. If you want to try it, you're welcome to use my code. What I said is all true, but that's also affiliate marketing, and it's very simple and you don't have to be awkward about it. But in MLMs, it's different because it's not affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is simple. I don't have to build a team. I don't have to do trainings. I don't have to do anything. In MLMs, it's completely different.
Like we would our favorite restaurant or movie or whatever without being compensated. Like, I feel like that's a layer.
It is a layer. And it's so one of the girls, Kate, just commented, why do we get so scared to share that as confidently as those other shares? Exactly what you just said, Sam, without even seeing that. I think that I always go to mindset, right? I always go to mindset. I go to limiting beliefs. I go to psychology because that's a big part of who we are. And I used to have a belief that like I hated sales. I was like, this is weird. I don't like sales. It's sleazy. It's uncomfortable. I had a bad experience with sales many, many, many times. So then I took that on and thought it was all going to be like that. And I think it's very similar to kind of answer your question that whatever limiting beliefs we have around like making money off of telling people about something, that's sales. And so then if we have beliefs around sales, then we get weird about it. Like when you give that analogy with the guy asking someone out on a date, we can get weird about it because of our beliefs around sales, our experience around sales, also our relationship with money. If we don't have a good relationship with money, then we might feel unworthy of earning money. And so if we're going to earn money for recommending something, that can make us feel weird and that can make us feel uncomfortable. Again, most of these are like unconscious beliefs, but
when I work, I feel worthy of getting money. Excuse me. If I'm working and putting in effort, I want to get paid for it. At my job, I don't feel bad getting paid for it when I've worked, and I don't get paid for it unless I've worked. Something that is weird to me is she's acting like, well, you're going to get paid even if you don't work, you're going to get paid. She's giving this idea of like, you're getting paid off of others' work and you're not going to have to work as much. And it's not true. Isogenics showed us straight up on their income disclosure statement, if you want to call it that. The top 50% of the company makes a median of $1,200 a year, while the bottom 50%, they won't even show us. So this idea that they're pushing that you're going to make money is also just not true because you're not really profiting, especially when you take into consideration that Isogenics said it didn't include any taxes or any kind of product purchases or anything. So you have to take that into consideration too. If you're spending $100 a month on products, that's $1,200 a year. So you're already not profiting.
But we get to start asking ourselves these questions and being like, why do I feel uncomfortable? What's that all about? Do I feel weird about earning money from someone? Do I feel weird about sales? Do I feel weird about network marketing? What is it? I really do think it's just previous poor experiences, beliefs that we have around ourselves, around money, around like our worthiness of like, oh, I want somebody to have this product and I want somebody to have this experience, but I'm not worthy to profit off of that or capitalize off of it. Those are all personal experiences that I've had. So I can definitely speak into that because of that experience.
Yeah. Another thing I'd love to hear your thoughts on is like when so many people fall in love with the products. I mean, everyone, let's just be honest. Everyone falls in love with the products because they're incredible. Yeah. And then a lot of people, and remember, 8 of the 5,000 plus people that are in Naustika's downline and 3,000 plus in mine, 80% are customers and 20% decide to share in some capacity and earn some sort of money back, right? So keep that in mind. Not everybody wants to share, but we're talking about those 20% that do want to share. I do feel like a lot of people come on and their attitude is like, let's see if this works, or is this going to work? And before I decide if I'm going to make a little money back, I'm going to first see what my bestie, my sis, my mom, or whatever, I'm going to see what they think first, and then I'll let you know. And so I want you to talk into that because I feel like I see that all the time. But then I also see people that are like, I'm going to find, Naustika told me that I can make $1,000, so I'm going to find 5 people to make $1,000, no matter if it's my mom, my sister, my cousin, or my neighbor, so.
Okay, but Isogenics says that the top 50% of the company doesn't even do that. $1,000 like a month? No, that's not happening. $1,200 a year is like what they say, the best they can come up with.
There's 2 different peoples and mindsets. Yes. Can you talk into that?
Ooh, this is such a good question. Absolutely. So here's the thing. The first mentality mentality that you spoke into is like the if it works, I'll do it, which is a recipe for failure. It is a recipe for failure. When people tell me that, I say, don't bother.
Right.
Like, I'm like, just stop. Like, just don't do it. Don't bother, because chances are you're already looking for reasons as to why it's not going to work. Again, subconsciously, they're not telling me, oh, I don't think it's going to work. It's just they're looking for reasons not to work.
Girl, stop.
Plus, if you're thinking that your success is going to be determined by the opinions of your friends and family, you're screwed, because your friends and family want to keep you safe and they want what's best for you, which they think is you just doing what you're doing, staying in this box, whatever it is. Again, they can love you, but they can still not really understand fully what you're looking for. So unless you're
So what she's pretty much saying is your friends and family who are saying that you shouldn't do this, they don't want you out of that little safety bubble that you're in. They don't want you to try new things. They don't want you to be successful. Well, I mean, that's just a damn lie. Maybe some of them don't. There's so much nuance to this, and she's refusing to allow that to be real. She just wants what she says to be the truth, and it's not. She is intentionally leaving out a lot, but hey, she fits in with all the other top leaders in MLMs, which is what Isogenics is, a multi-level marketing company. You need to either read a little bit more on your company that you apparently don't know much about, or stop lying.
looking for. So unless your friends and family are entrepreneurs, are healthier than you, earn more money than you, earn leverage and residual income, do not ask them for advice. Like, you told me to be raw and real, so I am. I'm just telling you, like, do not do it, because you'll get discouraged. You will bury your dreams underneath their fears, and you'll never move forward. So,
All right. You know what? At least she said it. Do not do it. Do not ask for their advice, because they don't understand. I'm going to let some of y'all comment through these things, and I'm not going to break every single thing down because there's too much in this for me to just take apart piece by piece, and I have a headache. So I'm going to let y'all do it in the comments as well, because y'all are smart and y'all know things. Y'all know a lot of things, probably way more than I do.
again, that's just practice and catching ourselves and being like, oh, that's what I want to do. And that's what's so important about having a good mentor, having a good leader that can guide you in that. Because I felt that way when I first started. And the woman that brought me in was like, oh, let's check that belief. Let's shift. Let's see, like, is that really true? So leaning into our team, leaning into the mentorship that we have, the guidance that we have is really important. And then I think the second type of person is just someone who has been built to hustle, has been built to work, doesn't care what people think about them, sometimes those people are between a rock and a hard place, and their back is against the wall, and they just have to get really uncomfortable because they have no other option. Like, this is their only option. You and I both know that really, really well, because we've been in that chapter of our lives, in that season of our lives in this business, where you're just like, I don't give an F, I'm just going to do whatever it takes to make it happen. Now, we've also done a lot of personal development. We've done a lot of emotional intelligence to kind of peel back the layers of the onion of what's stopping us to really move forward and believe in ourselves enough to just make it happen regardless.
Yeah, so good. What I'm hearing you say is that you've got to decide before you begin.
100%.
You got to make the decision before you get started.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you might as well just not do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I know you only have a couple more minutes, but I'm dying to hear, mostly like, okay, you guys, it's incredible. She literally is now being asked by the company, by Isogenics headquarters, to be flown all over the world to their different Isogenics events and train people. And it's so incredible. If you haven't looked and stalked her page, you need to go look at all the travel. I mean, it's insane. But recently you were flown out to Bali on a trip that the Start Your Life community, 18 to 35-year-olds in New Zealand and Australia, I believe. So they earned this trip, and then you were brought there to train them. And I want you to give us the same training. So now you're talking to people who are all in. Okay, so they're all in. They've said yes to this opportunity. They've even earned a trip. Okay, how many people have come into this business hot, made thousands and thousands of dollars, and then something happens, right? And so I want you to be talking to those people and tell me what your experience was meeting these people and what kind of coaching you gave them.
I think that's a good question. How many people have? Not many. Your income disclosure statement tells me not many have come in earning thousands and thousands of dollars and something happens.
Oh my gosh, this is such a hard question because this was like, I got 8 hours worth of training with them. So I'm like, how do I give you 8 hours worth of training in like 4 minutes? Here we go. The first thing I did, I'm gonna give you outline. The first thing that we talked about was living their unapologetic life and what their unapologetic life means to them. So for those of you that are watching, whether you're in Isogenics, in network marketing, not interested, doesn't matter. Just thinking about what your unapologetic life is to you, which means to me, unapologetic is like, you're not saying sorry for your dreams. You're not like being, you know, tiptoeing around what you want. You're being bold, you're being audacious, and you're just choosing, this is what I want. So we started with having them dream. There's a song that I'm obsessed with. It's called Daydream by Lily Miola. Go listen to it, you guys. It's on Spotify. I probably listened to it multiple hundreds of times since I found it. And I started them off with listening to that song and doing a visualization about what their daydream is. And then figuring out what is the vehicle that's going to get them to their unapologetic life, to their daydream. For all of us in that room and in this community, it's Isogenics. That's the vehicle that we're going to take to get there. But then we went into what's stopping them, right? So you and I already kind of discussed that a little bit here today. So we touched on that training around what's stopping them. And then we talked about, we did an inventory of their current business because these people were already in Isogenics. They had earned a trip, right? And we did an inventory of their business, of what they need in their business right now. So for all of you, it could be, what do you need in your life right now? Do you need better health? Do you need better friendships? Do you need a better community?
Do you see why I say MLM training in network marketing, MLM, what Isogenics is indoctrination? Because that's exactly what this training that she did is. And what she did to those people is indoctrinating them. 100%. From in my opinion, what I'm hearing, she's indoctrinating them.
Do you need more time? Do you need more money? Like, what is it that you need? And so we did an inventory of their business. Do they need more customers? Do they need more business partners? Do they need to expand their network? Do they need to be on social media more? Like, what was it for them that they needed to create? And then we created a blueprint, a game plan for them around what the action steps were going to be in order for them to close the gap of where they were in their business and then where they wanted to be. And obviously those are different kind of depending on what they needed. But that was kind of like our overarching, in a nutshell, training that I did out there.
Was there like a common theme that you think more people get to do?
Yeah.
Was there a theme of like, okay, will you give us that?
So the theme was, most people needed more people in their organization. So that's like putting their recruiting hat on, right? And either recruiting or enrolling customers or enrolling business partners. They just needed more people to be able to serve, to be able to help, to be able to expand what they were looking to do. And again,
I don't know how to say it. Girl in pink shirt, lady in pink shirt. You are a multi-level marketing company. If this trainer, quote unquote, Isogenics trainer, is saying, putting your recruiting hat on, telling you need more people and yada, 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 I don't know what to say about it. I mean, it's just unbelievable that someone who could be a top leader in the company is saying it's not what it is. Unless they don't want you to think it's that, which I think they don't want you to think it's an MLM, but it is. The links that they go to try to hide what they are because they know that it's not a good thing is, I wouldn't say it's shocking, but at this point in all that I've done, it's really not that shocking to me. It's just discouraging every time I hear it. It's discouraging because I know what they are doing and I know that people are falling for it.
that means being loud and proud. That means being bold. That means sales. That means being okay with rejection. That means doing follow-up. That means being professional. Like, that was probably the gap across the board for everyone. And it takes discipline and it takes consistency to do that and continuously getting uncomfortable every single day.
Okay. Last question. We see people who come into Isogenics and they make 6 figures in 6 months and they blow it up, or they make unbelievable, incredible results and their teams blow up when they come here right away, right?
Isogenics says that less than 1% will make 6 figures in a year. So I don't know what the hell you're saying.
And then we see some people who struggle and their journey's a little bit longer. And so what do you think is the different, like, what's the factor? Why are some people crushing it and why are some people not? Do you notice a difference, and is there something you could share?
It's just action. It's the amount of action that people are doing. Those people that are making that income and rising to the top and having success are taking massive amounts of action. They're not letting their mind stop them from doing that. And the people who are kind of slower to the races, or they're 1 foot in, 1 foot out, again, you can do this part-time, but still be all in, right? That doesn't mean you have to
So less than 1% is taking massive action.
do it full-time. Doesn't mean Isogenics has to be your life, or this has to be your life, but it really comes down to the amount of action that someone is taking, again, consistently on that daily basis.
You know, you alluded to it a little bit, but just last minute, will you talk more about why people aren't, like, why are some people taking action and why some people aren't?
Fear. People are afraid. So it's fear of rejection, fear of success, fear of failure, fear of what people are going to think about them, fear of just feeling unworthy. That is, I think, the biggest challenge that people have, is letting their fear stop them. But if you feel the fear and still take action, the fear is always going to be there. Just take action regardless. Like, kind of just put it in the back seat, right? You're the driver, put the fear in the back seat. It's still in the car with you, but you can still move forward. I think that's one of my favorite analogies, to know that you don't have to like get rid of it, but you can keep moving forward and driving yourself forward.
Okay, sometimes fear, yes, you need to move forward with it. If you're afraid, you got to do it anyway. But fear can also be like an alarm bell. Don't go too close to the edge of this 8-story building. There's several reasons that fear happens, and a lot of times it's a red flag. It's something that's saying, whoa, take a moment and let's think it. Let's think about it before you do it. Let's think about it before you do this, do that, do this. Fear's not a bad thing. It's normal to have fear about something. What is not normal is not logically thinking the next step through. Throwing it in the back seat. Thank goodness this is almost over, because these ladies are not my fave.
So good. So
Thank
good.
you for having me.
Thank you for jumping on and sharing all.
Oh, good God. Thank God. Bye, ladies. They were giving me a headache. The lies, the deceit, the manipulation, the fake smiles and the laughs. I'm also just having I have a headache anyway, so I'd love to know your thoughts below. Feel free to leave your commentary. Thanks for being here. Whew, that was a lot. I hope you have a wonderful day. Do not join an MLM. Isogenics is an MLM, by the way. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Show you what I'm all about. Make up for what we lost. Tonight is the night that we're gonna fall in love. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about yours.